And let's see what direction G2 and VP head in here at the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2025. A T-side start for VP. Heavy God peering down middle, getting into the apartments, searching for some information onto the bridge at second mid, but they're ready for that fight. Fame immediately sending bullets to the window, but Heavy God going to dodge them.
Yeah, he got the information he wanted. Didn't take too much damage for it either, so back away. Virtus.pro playing this one very, very slow, very far back. Control of base of Banana, but haven't even progressed anywhere up alt. Snacks and Malbs to defend this B bomb site. Snack spots a late cross towards middle. Gonna call it out to his team. Banana's still clear. They were headed towards mid. Flash peek in towards halls. Clears everything. Heavy God now hears the footsteps.
Brings the hammer out. Slams it down onto the head of Icy. And he's gonna sit inside of the pit. He's got two teammates inside of sight. Hard to get past Heavy God. And now m0NESY alongside Hunter working together. m0NESY going for the knife. Oh yeah! That's a great start for m0NESY. First round and he sets the tone.
Oh my lord, he saw that opening. He saw the opportunity for it. That's a way to end the pistol. Well done from m0NESY, and that's some extra cash flow into the offer of G2. I'm astounded.
When Nico goes, you've still got m0NESY left behind, right? And that's the main thing here for G2. That will keep them at the top. That will keep them competing at the level they're destined to be at. And I mean, it's such an exciting young player. He's still so young.
I was going to say the same thing. It's such a beautiful fact of Counter-Strike right now that where you have Donk and m0NESY, #1 and #2, and both of them are just so exciting to watch. Both of them looking to make plays at all times.
Just highlight moment after highlight moment from this young man. And Katowice was his breakout tournament a couple of years ago. Same for Donk last year. We got P250s, the Eagles, and Virtus.pro just having to sit back and likely concede 2 in a row here to G2.
Well, it's interesting. We heard Banks ask the question in the interview, you know, I mean, asked a two-flit of, you know, you guys are a new team, new in-game leader, new players entering in. Is it going to be a hard factor for G2 to be able to read what you're doing and kind of figure out how you're playing and research into you and prepare? Well, still a very, I mean, they were only 2 rounds in, but this kind of a slow pace is kind of the slow pace that VP has always played with. And G2 is going to be very well equipped to deal with that and know how to handle it. We'll see if it changes in the gun rounds.
Oh my god, okay, P250 has just taken out both B defenders, and what the hell is happening? How has this happened?
All good, they got no smoke for the cross.
Well, they got 30 seconds, and they decide they don't need to cross, they're gonna go back A, realizing there would have been one player rotating. You're gonna have a 1v3 fight when you go into this bomb site, and guess who's waiting for them? It's Heavy God all the way back at pit, and he's got some util to try and make this uncomfortable. He's just gonna wait with the MP9. They're leaping into the bomb site. He knows they're there. He peeks out. Great work on the first, but they got to get the bomb down, and here it comes. m0NESY on the rotate over. He's got the M4. They can still recover this, but a dink to the head of Heavy God, and now a rifle picked up in the hands of Icy. And he's just sending a couple of bullets in towards the pit, but overrun and overwhelmed. And eventually G2 recover it with a 3K from Heavy God. He stabilizes, he stays in control, but that got way too close.
That got a little spicy. There's that P250. Look, you always got money for a P250.
You do, pound for pound.
Always
that's have the game.
Money for a P250.
Just crazy.
Good recovery though from Heavy God, and
bang, bang, bang.
Beautiful shots from Fame. God did go a long way for VP of Fame, and Flit started to find their game a little bit more consistently.
Yeah, very worrying opening game here in Katowice. But from the second game onwards, you know, we seen Fame in particular really elevate after that first disaster class.
Sets VP up very nicely for this round #3 though. All AK-47s across the board. The reinvestment from G2 is so costly. m0NESY had $100 in the bank, Hunter at 400. A loss here would really limit what G2 can bring to battle in the next couple rounds.
Yeah, if you're able to stifle their economy early on here as well, you prevent that AWP getting into the hands of m0NESY early on. That's always going to help.
Good start after you gave him a cash injection in the pistol round with that knife kill. Yes. Bomb is dropped all the way at the base of T-ramp, so Flit's going to have to go back and get that at some point, but Virtus.pro is already working their way up brackets quietly. Contact play, no utility, no indication this is coming. And Hunter likely to drop the Molotov towards Arch.
Just seen 2. Goes to the Flash actually wants to fight it, and maybe a little bit too late to get that util out, so they break him apart. And now the Archway has fallen, leaving Snacks in a position where he must fight through CT spawn. Oh, it's awkward here for Snacks. Not a great position, not a lot of cover. And Malbs now is under so much pressure. Flash goes in. He's prevented and forced back to the altar. Composes himself for a headshot on the electronic. Goes back out again. Flamus goes down. And that's fantastic from Malbs. That keeps G2 in this fight. In fact, it keeps them ahead.
And it keeps Virtus.pro inside the bomb site. There's really no great post-plant positions for him unless they just descend behind the boxes. It looks like they want to go hunt him down, but this banana flank is coming to fruition, and Malbs is going to have information for him.
Just waiting, knowing the fight's coming to them, uses the cover perfectly, goes to the USP. Not able to close it now, but Flit realizes they're on that defuse. Panic stations for Flit. He has to get around the corner, being defended and dinked, and he realizes he must concede. A third round in a row for G2, and it's all Malbs. It is an incredible hold from him when all looked lost, when all of his teammates go down. The Guatemalan delivers.
Yeah, and what a weird scenario to have to be in. You don't find yourself in that kind of a battle in Ruins all that often, but Malbs delivering so well. Everyone willing to take a fight against him, and more than happy that they're pressing the issue. Pulls everyone in towards Ruins and makes it very easy for his teammates. 3-0. I
mean, Rookie of the Year was Donk, and you can't question that. But Malbs himself had a fantastic increase to the top level. He's not necessarily a rookie in terms of being able to...
It's a weird one because it's like rookie of tier 1, but he has been playing for years.
Exactly, yeah. But that jump up and how quickly he sort of acclimated himself to this level was really impressive last year from Malbs. He's down to 56 health at the start of this round, though. He's going to go a little bit further forward. Flash being set up here for Hunter. He's going to swing into the open, but multiple crosshairs pinned on him. And Snack's only good for one, so Hunter, he's going to hit that flash. At least he's still alive, though. He somehow got away with that, and so drops further back. He can still fight on in this round and make a difference for G2. But once again, Virtus.pro into the B-bomb site.
This time, there's no chance for heroics. I think if you're G2, you just look to save this. Spam through the smoke to give Hunter some cover to fall back. First round on the board for VP. Negating the retake of Banana from Snacks and Malbs. And waltzing in. Still yet to see that op out from Odyssey, and we're not going to get it in the next round. Nozu losing bonus built up. He'll have to drop an M4 over to a teammate.
Yeah, flash not effective.
I think that position on top of the half wall, the way you use that roof can protect yourself from certain flashbangs for that.
First time out being used here for G2, getting Taz on the mic. See something early he would like to adjust. Back-to-back rounds, the B-bomb site goes down.
Nah, he's just picking up the vibes, Taz.
Just feeling it? No? I think that's been another development. I remember last year we were sitting in the lobby of the hotel in Katowice, and Taz comes in just as a fresh coach. He's like, yeah, just kind of learning. Just kind of figuring this out. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, I enjoyed speaking with him at Katowice last year as well. Got to exchange some war stories from the early coaching experiences. Not an easy thing to slide into, even for experienced players, but obviously at this point, likely getting the hang of it. Had a lot of words to say during that timeout to get the boys fired up for this next round, get them on the same page on how to defend.
A lot of damage on the electronic and Flit.
Ooh.
And a little bit more, just for good measure.
Virtus.pro content to let them have that deep banana control. They still have a lot of nades left in reserve to come back and retake that at a timing later. Snacks and Malbs, as the defenders, don't have a smoke currently picked up on them. Malbs just grabs one that was left for him. Oh, That was a weird sound I just made.
Yeah, that was great. I felt like it was one of those, those toys that you kind of like tip upside down. And
I wasn't sure who I was making that noise for. If it was like Heavy God being obsessed with Boiler, or Flammus just kind of stepping forward with a nade in hand.
Or maybe just for the pleasure of the viewer, or the listener,
right.
in fact.
We're all on this roller coaster together.
Feel like we have some meme potential with that, right? We can put you on like a dolphin.
A dolphin?
Yeah. You could do like a whale sound.
Okay. I have a funny whale joke.
I heard that you have a funny whale joke. I think you've told that one before, haven't you?
It's well known. Malbs, good counter flashes, good counter util from the defense. Snacks and Malbs holding strong. And this time, no access to the B bomb site. In a bigger picture, very important that G2 shows they can shut down the B bomb site attack. And maybe start taking some options away from VP.
Yeah, he had money left over. You don't want to die after the time anyway, and Icy makes sure that he doesn't. He hangs onto the AK, gets that kill on the way out. 4-1 start here for G2. Monty asking for a drop. Again, it's going to be a little frustrating for the young Opper not to get the choice weapon in hand. Again, he's going to have to play with the rifle. AK's out for VP. A lot of utility behind it. Gotta start winning some rounds here on this T side. And they realize they've got G2's money on the ropes. You know, as much as the scoreline is 4-1, if you do take them out here, you have a chance to build up into the T side. Oh, no. That's not fair.
Malbs is very happy about that. Nice deep nade forces him back. A lot of information. I mean, Malbs hasn't done a whole lot to set up the late round to make it easier, but gathering intel, hearing footsteps, hearing players move as utility comes in. And now a little bit of superficial damage.
Not the best parkour. VP missing the jump up into the window.
And the Molotov.
Yeah, not the cleanest start of the round here, but 55 seconds. Still for Virtus.pro. They haven't lost a member.
Well, I mean, they're throwing this fake very well. G2 is pretty convinced this is going to be an A hit. They're like, okay, we shut you down at the B bomb, so you'll go elsewhere.
Look at the gun he's got as well.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's G2 also, I think, saying our money is pretty crap, so we lose that MP9, whatever. If you go to the B bomb site, whatever, they're going to save on the other side of the map, unless Malbs delivers a triple kill. Which
is very unlikely. Out he goes. Oh my god, he got a second. Nearly had that opportunity there for a 3K. Just a bit of damage onto the planter. The 1 kill, so it will be a safe call for G2, hanging on to those 4 rifles. Virtus.pro make the right call, fake out towards the A bomb site, manipulate those rotations, and finish on a bomb site with 1 player who has half health and an SMG.
Yeah, they didn't really have to manipulate a whole lot. I think that's G2 more just either calling for the stack to save with the rifles, or just making the guess that they're going to come to the A bomb site because so much emphasis has been on B. They've stopped them at B, thinking VP is going to switch it up. But VP are just like, all right, spend your round aggressive, burning your nades, deep banana, and we'll just kind of walk up after the fact. Malbs has nothing left. He still makes a round of it, and who knows if G2 get motivated to get frisky.
A reminder of Electronics' time lifting the trophy here in Katowice. Look
at that smile. So happy.
Haven't seen him smile in a while.
He was just so happy.
Hopefully we turn the next page and write a new chapter for VP. A lot of util down towards Flit. Malbs is going to throw the grenade in behind that half wall and begin to fight, but Flit wins the duel. Malbs to go down and put pressure on this B hole. There's still 2 players here right now, though, Snacks and Hunter. Well, that repeak, Snacks realizes they're not continuing their push up to top banana.
G2 is really, really loving this fight at the moment. And remember, too, I mean, it's not just Heavy God coming in, it's also Malbs switching over to this B bomb site, which is where Nico played previously. So there is going to be some time of Malbs having to adapt to playing this with Snacks and getting their protocols and responses. Banana, a position where your utility protocols are so critically important and each and every detail matters.
Yeah, Nico would have been integral in terms of communicating that and controlling it. But Snacks just jiggling out little shoulder peeks, trying to spot them. Eventually that utility will come in and he'll smoke it out. Alone in the world though, in this B-bomb site, they're going to disrespect his smoke as they charge right in. Unconfirmed damage, but 2 players softened up by Snacks. And he's just trying to delay that plant and buy some time, but no one budging. In fact, he'll fall away. So another save call for G2, another B-bomb site finish for Virtus.pro, and the scoreline now reads 4-3.
Yeah, and Virtus.pro setting up, I almost feel like there's like a little bit of a mind game being played between the two teams at the moment where like Virtus.pro is really leaning on this B-bomb site to set themselves up for future success. You know, get to a point where you feel like G2 is starting to open up triple B or play the mid rounds with 3 players B, and you can open up the avenue of attack on the other side of the map. In that mind game, we already saw G2 try and gamble into it, expecting that switch up earlier. That feels tactically where the game is being played at the moment with this abuse of the B bomb site. But look, I mean, you stopped them once, and even that wasn't good enough to shift them elsewhere. They've come right back at it, and you're still showing weakness. So I think VP's more than happy to just keep coming back to this B bomb site where they're finding openings, finding bomb plants, finding round wins.
I can have an MP9. Let's do it, Nico.
And just when the smoke comes down, they're already in full force. Run right through it. Malb's having to go to FAMAS. Never really been a lot of money here for the CT side. We're still yet to see Monacy get an opportunity to get the AWP out. It's just been functioning with low cash for the entire half so far for G2.
Yeah, when you think about it that way, like it's been great. That's such a nice key to success. You know, the #2 player in the world, the best AWPer in the world of 2024, hasn't been able to have that weapon quite yet. And if you're VP, maybe the game plan is like, you know what? B is where you... Okay, hold the phone. Nice flash, nice peek, nice double kill. Flamus activated. Finally back to the A bomb site. G2's been waiting for that, and they don't get the results they wanted.
Snacks trying to get back into the site in time. Great shot over towards Flamus. He needs a little bit more output than that. He's got Monacy coming in to help him, and Monacy needs a second. Couldn't quite do it before put in the ground by Electronic. And Malbs only has a FAMAS, so he's caught by Flit in the archway. And VP, nice little acceleration. Great double from Flamus set up with that utility. And Virtus.pro find a site over towards A.
I was going to say, I wonder if like the philosophy of VP is like, okay, we'll attack into Snacks, which is, with no disrespect, the weakest individual player on this G2 lineup down the stretch. It's also a player, Malbs, who switched over in that position to play with Snacks. So yeah, you got a new player, Heavy God, over in Pit, who's already shown his strength. You've got Monacy on this side of the map as well. You've got a very experienced and very strong Hunter as well. So yeah, attack where there might be some miscues. Attack where you're going to have a weaker individual player and a player who's still getting acclimated to the role within this G2 team. And Electronic has got his boys with a tied up scoreboard and a G2 defense that's out of money.
Second timeout in this half for G2. Decision's been made to invest in some Deagles, 5.7s, P250 here for Hunter. And speaking of the P250, I mean, that is the cause of G2's economic woes in this first half, is Fame getting that double kill at Banana with the P250, inflicting all that damage upon them. Electronic. Back 10 applying pressure. Flash coming up. It's a good flash. It's worked out pretty well for Hunter. And Snacks goes in as well with a 5.7. VP, they've lost 2 players. And this gets a little scary now for Virtus.pro.
They should be okay. Utility in place. They have time to be patient. Use the AK-47s. You force the peek out of the weaker weaponry, and Flamus adds 2. Virtus.pro going to take the lead 5-4, up by 1, going into the later stages of this opening half.
Expected result in a round like this, though, where G2 just upgraded some pistols, left most of their cash for the next buy. Monacy with $3,000 in the bank will finally be able to get the AWP out. He's got no Kevlar to save, so might as well see what damage you can do here, Monacy. couple of shots land. And on the way out, Heavy God gets nothing extra for G2. A lead taken by Virtus.pro. And now money returns for G2. And as we mentioned, most importantly, the AWP will make its first sighting in the hands of m0NESY.
And since the gun rounds came out, this has basically been all Virtus.pro. I mean, they lose the first one, but it's been 4 rounds in a row, 4 of the last 5 in the favor of Virtus.pro. T-side is rolling. And credit given over to Flit's interview where he said, we're loving this right now. We're loving this path we're on. We're loving the energy we're playing with, that we're working together with to improve, to get back to the level we know we can play at. Nice early signs here from VP to kick off stage 2. Timeout comes to a close. Fifths bumps are passed down the line. And finally now, in round 10, the first look at m0NESY's op.
It's got to be the key.
It can't get much better than that if you're VP.
No, it really can't.
10 rounds before m0NESY.
Well, he's got to turn around. He has actually got a mid-peak spawn as well here. So m0NESY, fortunately for him, his first op round, and he's got the good spawn for a mid-pick. So he's got to peek down and look for it, and it does not connect. So he'll change back, but it rings out on the server. They know it's there. Hunter looking down the line. He'll find himself positioned to support B. He's got the utility, but pressure is about to be applied towards top middle. That smoke starts to fade away soon.
They're coming right through this.
And m0NESY's waiting. His first moment to strike, but misses and drops back into the site. He needs his teammates to back him up just in case here. Hunter's going to watch Archway to prevent that push from Virtus.pro, but here they come. Electronic in. Hunter gets a dink off on the second, but it's Snacks to finish him off. And they're going to peek Snacks now. 2 players come through Arch. No follow-up kill for Snacks. The B-bomb site is open. And now for Heavy God and m0NESY, they are so far away from being able to impact this round, but with that kill down middle, they now have access up through Banana, and it's going to be a 2v2 that they can challenge in.
They have a Molotov on m0NESY. He swaps out to the AK-47 for the retake duties. Where does he put the molly? Where does that go to force anyone out into the open?
No kit. That's a problem here for G2. They've got to move swiftly. And with Fame's position at the coffins combined with Flamus on top of first oranges, it is not going to work out for G2. They crushed him. Virtus.pro continue to rack up rounds.
And G2 can't even complain about that round. How often when there's a mid to B split being executed, or not mid to B, but when there's a B wrap being executed by the T side, do you encounter 3 defenders in CT spawn? Hunter, Snacks, and Malts all rotated back to take care of that, and they failed. You had the right call, you knew what was coming, the good read, in the right positions, and missed your chances.
m0NESY goes to the scout instead. Good 1-for-1. Early on into the round, Hunter aggression, and look at that. m0NESY's landed another one. G2 coming out with weaker guns, but a big result teed up. It's Icy to try and pull back this 1v4. He's got the first kill locked in and plenty of time. But it's going to be hard to unravel the hard work that G2 have already done. At this point, G2 need a round like this.
Yeah, they really did. Good push down middle from Hunter, causing chaos. m0NESY at a distance gets to just take chip shots with that scout. 2 kills for him. And there's the final frag from Snacks. Can recover some AK-47s if they're quick enough. At least 1 recovered.
I'm buying it, guys.
Well, he's buying up.
No surprises there?
Nope. Got enough for it. Upgrade the scout. Look
Ooh,
at that.
that's a banger.
That is actually not okay. Yeah, I like that. Last shot of the half. G2 looking for a tied scoreline. VP, no money problems. They'll still have a very good buy. Everybody on the AK, all the utility they could ever want, and m0NESY going back for the mid-pick again. Seeing what he was capable of with the scout. Let's see what he can do with the AWP, but no peek to be followed up after the initial utility forces him further back to the long side. Has dodged the brunt of the damage there, Electronic. Smoke lands in m0NESY's face. He will spot the first player crossing.
He's got to be very cautious, though, because they've attacked alongside frequently. And he's very aware of the possibility of them being right behind that smoke, but Virtus.pro has disappeared while all this utility is up. 4 players, though, means G2 is going to make an information play. They clear out brackets. This is a perfect timing for VP. Monacy's still here, but they've hit the timing where G2's kind of saying, brackets are clear, nobody's home.
Gonna rotate Snacks back over to B to help out with Mobs.
Yeah, they were looking for a push. They were looking more than just a peek towards brackets. They were looking for a push down mid.
You've mentioned it. Throughout this half, this has been the weaker bomb site. The combination of Snacks and Mobs have not always been able to hold on to B. But if they want a tied scoreline here, they've got to defend it together.
That might have been a little bit early on the Molotov. Heard a footstep and just kind of panic chucked it. Would love to have it for now. There's a follow-up Molotov, so I take it back. With 2 mollies, it's perfect.
Well, 20 seconds left in this round. Mobs up first. Monacy should start to make that rotate soon, but Mobs, 1 kill. Although Fame got both. Oh, the B bomb site goes down in a second. Snacks with no impact, and it's the last round of this half, so G2 are going to go for it.
It was Virtus.pro that stepped into the unknown in this matchup and just said, let's see what your B defense is like without Nico. And it's nothing to be happy about. G2 ain't going to pin it onto the refrigerator in pride. 3 on 4, and they have to go for this retake. Last round of the half.
They need something special from Monacy's ult. The boost coming in, but time is ticking. They don't have time for this. They've just got to go. They've got to get in, start taking fights, but it's not happening. Time is running away rapidly. And here they come. There's no way. There's just no way. It's over already. G2 will not be able to pick up the final round of the half, and a strong T-side haul from Virtus.pro. They limit the amount of times Monacy can have the AWP in his hands, and they walk away with 7 T rounds. Virtus.pro versus G2 is teed up to be an exciting matchup, and so far a closely contested first half. G2 not going to be too happy about the defense, though. A lot of weaknesses on that B-bomb side, lots to figure out.
Yeah.
But let's see how the T side looks, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, if the question in the first half that Virtus.pro wanted to ask was what the defense looks like without Nico, now the question they could ask is what's the offense look like with Snacks at the helm and without Nico. So let's see what G2 can bring to the table here to open up this T side of Inferno. I think they're probably a little bit shocked at how that first half went. And Electronic, that sucks.
That was, yeah, not really much of a pistol round for him.
No.
Hasn't had like the best game individually, 2 and 10. He's like, yeah, psych himself up. I called a great half. Now it's my time to play. And then that's his first round.
I don't know, Dinko. Electronic score is 7-5.
That's true. That is true.
That's how we do it.
Oh, I see. Round the back. It's going to be worked out for a kill on Monas. He gets revenge for his fallen leader.
They got a clear avenue on Rap side, but it's going to close quickly if Malbs can't turn this corner. Almost there is Flit. Icy going to try and delay. 2 players in halls, 2 players rotating through CT. And Snacks just now getting into the bomb site. Tough retake ahead.
The rotations are here, and look at the patience from Flammus paying off. Hunter walking up expecting, if there was anybody coming from apartments, they would have moved in already and maybe been a little bit loud about it, but Flammus just waiting. Malbs in Graveyard. Cast out, and Heavy God waits inside the pit, but Fame just lands every shot. And that gets a celebration because that was... There were some sexy headshots, Jason.
Yeah, hype your boy up. That's nasty. Fame gets the last 3 kills. Let's see it from his POV.
Boom.
Malbs running out of ammunition, nowhere to go, nowhere to fight from. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Nice.
God damn, all right.
Look at the smiles. Oh, it's so nice.
When's the last time you've seen that at Virtus.pro?
Oh, they like each other. They really like each other.
I imagine this is what it's like to, you know, when your teenage children get along.
All right, deep nade. T2 stand patient, letting Malbs Deagle take first contact if anyone were to swing. Force buy into this round from G2. 2 Galils, 2 Deagles, and a Tech 9.
Banana is taken. G2 do not have much resistance here whatsoever. So they can take all they want, all the way past the car. Defensive smoke deployed at the 1 minute 5 second mark.
Smoke on Fame. Just uses it now. That'll fade around 30 seconds. Left mid smoke to deny information, so now G2 has no idea if they're behind the smoke at the B bomb site or if they're gonna push up middle. Prevents anyone from cheating towards this B bomb site, so it will just be Fame and Flit to defend.
CT smoke deployed. Utility comes in, Flit burning, gets into the fountain to wet his feet, and now time to peek into the open. As he goes and peeks, it's all kills for G2. Malbs, Heavy God, and Snacks combine. And the B bomb site is under wraps.
Yeah, that's a really nice double Molotov. Player first oranges drops off, has nowhere to run, softens him up. He can't go triple, can't go new box. Has to just play behind fountain with red HP. Nice little set piece. But G2 had quite a luxury in that round. Virtus.pro playing it very conservatively and passively. Okay, you'll still win that engagement for no good reason. G2 got to just chill on Banana that round. Not harassed. Not eating nade damage.
Yeah, just walked up. Just walk up and execute on the B bomb site, wait out the 2 smokes.
And that's one thing that, I mean, they do it in a round like this because you can kind of get away with it, right? Like when the gun rounds come out for VP's defense, there's going to be Molotovs behind those smokes as well. Money's not there in round number 2, but mollies, nades, extra smokes drop to them. And they can really stall that out till much, much later. Yeah, where's he supposed to run to? And beautiful shot from Heavy Guard covering the smoke run through from Fame.
Interesting that we're sitting on the server today. We've got 2 players in that Cloud9 team, Icy and Heavy Guard, going up against each other. Short-term teammates. And now in what is likely to be much more fruitful circumstances. G2 versus Virtus.pro is not exactly a matchup we get to see all that often. You know, hearing Flit talk about the fact they haven't beat them in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't played them much, have you?
Yeah, I don't really know how to go back and check 2 years ago. But at the moment, the last time they played was EWC 2024.
And that wasn't very good for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, it was SmackDown for G2.
They were in some good form at that tournament, though.
They were, made it to the finals. Bulb's first event with the team. Snack spots the right hand of Fame. Smoke bounces to Plume, cover the boost and the choke point. One close-up Flit yet again, saying, you guys aren't going to double molly me again. That smoke, I don't think went where he wanted it to.
No, and it's actually worked perfectly for Snacks because it's created this little corridor where you can just walk down it. Actually get into the CT smoke. Oh, Snacks up to his old tricks. This is what we used to see from him week in, week out in the years of 2016.
But now they don't know about the boost.
And now they're going to not check Flit, but they will react. They will get back to it in time, but 18 seconds left. Electronic still around here. Bomb is the next phase, and Electronic doesn't get it.
This is dangerous, though, because Heavy God can't stop the mid-push. He's saying, one already got past me. One's already in Banana. So actually, if Virtus.pro's got to pick this up because they've got a 2-on-2. They have to challenge right now before Heavy God gets back. Oh! And he's so far away. And the bomb, oh, it is planted for him.
Oh, it is. And Electronic thinks he would have been closer, but Heavy God's gone all the way back to CT. Electronic now sees him, but he's got no kit. He's got no chance.
Bullets.
He's got nothing left. Nothing for him. Electronic, it was beautiful for the couple of kills he picked up, but it's so frustrating. Heavy God's not going to buy it. He's not going to peek. He's just going to play with him right to the bitter end. And Electronic picks up an AK. He'll take a small win in terms of upgrading his weapon. But that is a round that will go the way of G2, but teetered on the edge.
Admirable, admirable attempt from Electronic. I actually even like the decision from Heavy God. He realized one got past him, and instead of being at the disadvantage of chasing that flank and having to throw caution to the wind and assume that he's not going to be watching for Heavy God, just goes for that CT flank, obviously with the knowledge the bomb is planted open for him. And that had to be a sad realization from Electronic when he spots Heavy God deep away and realizes he's got no chance.
But he's the only AK holder now, the only rifle holder, so let's see what he can do with it. Electronic to be the hero. Here comes Maltz over the top. That's what you need from Electronic. Set up by his teammate, boosted over the top of the half wall. Electronic dips in. And maybe he'll go for a double dip here. Oh no, his teammate, his foundation's gone. Electronic gets blinded and hunted down by Snacks. So nothing left worth talking about now for VP. It's just pistols. And the scoreline about to be tied up 8 apiece.
Snacks has had some good rounds of this game. He's got 12 kills right now. Snacks haters in shambles.
Yeah, Maui Snake. Eat that.
I wasn't going to call him out by name. Jesus.
It's all right. I'll take it.
Well, I guess if you're VP, you're kind of saying, you know what? We're going to lose this round, but let's go find that AK-47 when all is said and done. I wonder if G2 threw it away. There should be, I would assume, 2 weapons they could find. Electronics AK brought into the round. Malbs had a gun. G2 is going to tie things up at 8. Oh, they did. Boost. Boost.
Nah,
nice jump.
Thomas has got the Air Jordans on.
Yeah, well done. You didn't throw it far enough away. Let that be a lesson. You gotta really make sure those things are hidden.
I just opened HLTV, and the first thing I read is
Don't do
Zaiwu
it.
hits 180 scout headshot.
Okay.
And it just reminded me of that.
We caught now, boys.
I can't believe that. That was mental earlier. If you haven't seen that, maybe go check it out. Well, Falcons played earlier. Didn't go well.
Thank you for the update, Tico.
Lost 13-7, 13-5. In fact, it went less than well. I think when you look at this G2 team, though, you obviously lose Nico, it sucks. But I think it's just worse for both parties, you know, for Nico and G2. And I think that's the general consensus right now, at least.
That was my story heading into Shanghai, was that major was the best opportunity Nico has to win a major probably for the next 3 or 4 of them. So, yeah, we'll see how that develops. Obviously, a lot can change, and things can change very quickly. Mob's taking banana control. Oh, good. Flashbang. Snacks is there for protection. That's a beautiful shot on the flip. And Mobs is thanking his IGL right now. 5-on-4 for G2. Much like VP, they're having tons of success in Banana and at the B-bomb site. Still early going.
Three-man setup over towards A. You've got Flamus waiting inside a boiler.
I heard footsteps in alt mid though. I don't realize he's in boiler at all. So he's got some information for his team, but he's going to be isolated by this utility. No, he won't. They didn't throw left mid smoke. They throw the deep for the wraparound. Arches
so
and
Electronic
library.
can play with him.
Yeah.
Oh, this is scary now. This crossfire, this clothesline being set up, but Electronic's going to disrupt it. He's going to break it apart. He wants to relocate all the way back through CT spawn, and Flamus dies.
Oh, they're wrong.
Boiler, and yeah.
Time to save.
It's rough, but unless they go through the archway, which would be ill-advised. But
right when you rotate, you lose that player, you're committed to this.
Yeah, so it's the A play. 30 seconds.
Icy's never going to turn back at Moto and be like, I can hold on to this bomb site. It's time to bail out. So save these 3 weapons.
Job done. G2 into the lead.
Nice calls from Snacks in this round. Opening kill as well. Throwing a little double fake, the A util, showing like you want to go wrap around the bomb site. A few seconds later, throw a fake at the B bomb site, really sell it for the rotators. And I mean, in like a 3v5, 4v5, those fakes hit a lot harder as you try and make up for the lack of a player. And G2 are at least going to send mobs to try and take a weapon away. Here's the jumping over in ruins.
A lot of jumping. Mobs peeking around the corner. Icy gonna hold on to his rifle. Electronic not so lucky.
Should know both are in ruins now. You heard the jumping earlier. Those comes from Maltz. Hunter wants one more. Can't find it. Can't get it. Good shot from Fame, who continues to deliver. 16-9 for Fame, but his team's down by 1. It's 9-8 in the favor of G2, and Virtus.pro is going to take a pause in the action to talk things over. Oh, blind
That's the
hand
opening
inside
kill.
smoke. He just grabs the angle and prays to God. Jesus, take the wheel.
Passionate, having a lot to say to the coach. Electronic's been turning around, talking directly to him quite a bit throughout this game so far. It's always a question of how the coaching department was going to look for VP. When they had Dastan for so long, he was obviously a part of that Jane project. When he goes, that's where a lot of the confusion came in. They brought Soma in. That was a short-term project. And now Passionoi inside of the squad instead.
Yeah, you have to imagine this guy's kind of handpicked or kind of a coach Electronic wanted to find and who he works well with, considering, you know, on top of it all in terms of the in-game leadership, you know, trying to find that new coach, going through Dastan, going through Zoma. Like, you kind of ran through a couple coaches, and you have to assume this third one is Electronic said, this is my guy. Delayed take of banana for G2.
Oh, that nade's going to land right at the knees of Flit.
Yeah, good chip damage onto the defender. A really heavy defense set up in brackets. 3 players. Icy, Electronic, and Flamus.
Monesi gonna smoke out left side. Electronic likely uncomfortable with that smoke, but he's got Flamus as his eyes.
If it's extinguishing that Molotov should tell G2 they have an aggressive defensive setup. And it almost looks like G2's like, great, we want to come fight it.
Well, 40 seconds to do so. m0NESY about to get the fight that he's not hoping for because he turned away. Electronic actually getting the dink on the peak on Hunter as well. Mobs flicks up, but not good enough. Not accurate enough to remove Fame. 25 seconds, 3v4 for G2, and the bomb is separated from the rest of the pack.
Mobs has really struggled when he's tried to like find kills like entries and pushing forward into fights and looking for somebody. He's done great at taking space and being traded. Is G2 still trying to win this round?
There's no time to do it.
Well,
unless Snacks wins and gets this fight and gets the bomb planted or just sticks it in the smoke. That's denied, so job done.
I mean, that was the only chance at actually trying to win the round at the end of the day. That's a nice effort, considering, I mean, if they get that bomb plant, you have a player in CT spawn. That could actually get really interesting.
Maybe it turns into something.
Yeah, and Snacks can maybe get out of the smoke with some safety. 9-9, good job from VP.
Yeah, Mobs, he started pretty strong. He had a good hold over a B, but...
It's these fights he's taking in Banana as the one kind of dictating the fight, playing around all that utility. He's struggling with turning that half wall. He's struggled. It's usually been him dying, Snacks trading, Snacks protecting him. This time trying to be the kind of guy who investigates that B bumps and opens it up, just gets taken down.
Oh, this time he's got to fight, and he'll win it. This time he trades Snacks. So 4v4 to kick things off in round 19.
No one shifted over to help Fame quite yet. Virtus.pro, a lot of confidence in his ability to hold on and delay on his own. He's still got Smoke Molotov in his back pocket.
Icy ready to strike to the chest of the heavy god. Shoulder peek, missed shot just by a small margin there for Icy. He'll deploy some defensive utility and drop into the pit. Flamish to smoke out Apps.
I think they're going to come right through this. Nope.
You thought wrong.
I figured with the AWP being the one they spotted at the end of halls, they would go challenge it. But I mean, look, it's fair play. 50 seconds left on the clock. No need to really take that gamble or that risk or put the whole round on that read. Issue now is you're exposed in brackets. Electronic once again finds a perfect timing to peek just as they turn away, but this time killed before he can do too much damage. Delay utility coming out for Halls and Icy peeking with impunity.
He's going again, and he's sharp with it. Second kill's good from Icy. Flamish in the site can play with him, and this is a crossfire that should break G2. I don't see them getting past this. All Flamish needs to do is stay alive, but a missed shot from Icy might reopen that chance with the final 15 seconds left. Hunter looking to fight on, but he's gone. And that's recovered by Virtus.pro, who prevent themselves from conceding the lead. They go 10-9.
Crossfire pit and bomb site. Even the third player chiming in from library. Electronic makes this peek, and he sees so much information. I'm kind of surprised that with over 30 seconds, G2 doesn't slow it down or rotate elsewhere. They didn't have any ownership of Banana, I think, is what motivated them to keep pushing forward. But Electronic, even though he doesn't get a kill, tells Fame exactly where he needs to rotate, what's coming.
Big peek from Flit, domed by the Mobs D. There's the swing from Fame. His turn down Banana. Mobs to get traded. G2 not getting the pistols going, and Fame is just farming. Icy's alongside of him, and they crush G2.
I got bad news for people because Fame is looking real good at Katowice so far. There we go. 21-9.
Yeah, considering his opening game performance was so bad, the fact that he was able to recover, shake it off, and get into this kind of form is really exciting. I think throughout sort of Fame's time in Virtus.pro, his first addition to the squad when they were the team that won in Rio, he was such an exciting player, so much firepower, felt like he came out of nowhere. And for this Fame player to have that downturn last year and be so sort of depressing to watch, it's fantastic to see that there might be light at the end of the tunnel.
It just feels like if you want to go back, as you mentioned, Rio, the major win there, the conversation around the players on that team, Fame and Flit, that kind of rifling duo and how strong they were. It feels to me like it just goes to show how much the confusion at the top of the team was neutering some of the strength of these players.
And I think that's why we got so frustrated last year, because we know how much potential these individual players have, but for some reason there just isn't a way to get the best out of them.
Well, potentially there is now. He's figuring it out. Here we go, deep utility. G2 running out of opportunities to stay in Inferno. Virtus.pro's map pick, and they've got a 2-round lead, 11-9. And there's Flit with an opening frag. Still got Fame back in the bomb site. You've got him backed up by Electronic. Just luring G2 into a trap at this site. I think it's a similar kind of mind game we saw in the first half where they're like, we just stopped you at A. We've shut you down at A. So we'll add a third player here and make this side of the map more difficult.
Fame going to be smoked out. It's going to toss out the utility, make things uncomfortable for Malbs. Good spam. A lot of the health of Fame gone. And Electronic has not seen anybody push forward yet.
Yeah, but this is the only option G2 has. There's no one on the other side of the map. There's no chance to fall back. Heavy God gave up position in alt mid and towards halls, so now it's just the execute, and Electronic's gonna have a chance.
Electronic gets one, then forced away. Fame doing what he can. Flamus has also made the rotation over, and it is a devastating hold that G2 cannot break through.
Yeah. God bless.
And we knew Flamus was going to bring energy. We know that what he's capable of. We got to see it in Gamer Legion back in Shanghai. His teammates talked about how important he was for bringing energy to the squad, and he's bringing that right now to Virtus.pro.
And some of the best calls for G2 on this T side when it opened up and looked like they were hitting a really nice momentum, a really nice pacey thing, and snowballing really well with 4 rounds straight, is when they were getting some opening kills. And the map opened up for Snacks to move them around the map and shift that defense. But now that they're not finding as much success or going 1-for-1 in the openings, a lot harder for him to find the solution.
Big old blast to the face there for Snacks. 45 health left after the initial grenade damage. And Virtus.pro looking to round out this map. Up next is Mirage. Nice little block there from Malbs. That worked pretty well.
Doesn't really do anything for him.
Oh, not at all, but just kind of...
Style points?
Yeah, style points.
Yeah.
He's going to boost over. Actually, it does kind of... No, the smoke's too high still. Here goes Flamus. Sees Heavy God in the apartments.
They need a kill or a pick of some kind. They've got 2 smokes, a Molotov, and a flashbang to use for the entire G2 team for any execute, and that doesn't feel like it's nearly enough to hit either one of these bomb sites. Electronic going to start shifting back. They feel the silence. They feel absence in Banana. And they're in front of these smokes, Virtus.pro, so you have no cover towards rap side mid, which means Icy can pick one off. Electronic in support, stands and fights. Good damage as Flamus peeks from the other side.
And now he hears the steps of Heavy God. He knows he's up there. He spotted him earlier into the round as well, and he wants that fight. Heavy God confirming his position, dropping into the pit. Now Flamus to turn back, try to deal with Malbs, and he'll certainly do that. So it's all on Heavy God to try and keep Inferno going. And he walks into Flamus, he'll get that ping. Heavy God with a chance out long. Not enough damage to bring him down, so switches to the AK. Time is limited, 15 seconds. Again, limited bullets, goes into Boiler, and Flit will break him. It is Virtus.pro that come to play against G2. And with an Inferno victory, they're 1 map up in this series. This is a new look VP. This is a new chapter so far.
Be some massive drop-off. I think what's really going to be the big obstacle for G2 to overcome with this Nico departure is the consistent level of impact he was having. Like, even when the numbers weren't there for impact, or for Nico, his kills were impactful. And I think it feels like they're missing that. Someone who's always been in the conversation as one of the best openers in the game with a rifle. They're missing some of that opening strength. Malbs struggled in those scenarios on Inferno.
Now this pistol round is clearly going to be a bloodbath on the A bomb site. Icy waiting up for the Palace extension. Heavy God and Modesty on the other side, and the Jewel Berettas are primed and ready. But there's so many players here for VP that this could be very tough to break through for G2's attack, and it proves impossible. Stopped at the door, they do not even get close.
Oh, there's some critically crispy shots from the USPs. USP at the default boxes holding for the Palace swing. I hate that if I'm the defender.
And that's a statement, isn't it, for Virtus.pro of how they want to play Mirage. You know, they want this to be a dominant showing, and they just don't even lose a player.
That's so hard to hit that shot, I feel. And Flamus finds a second one. Maybe a little bit fortunate, but hey, fair play. It was always going to be domination at that point. Flamus has got the boys hyped up. High fives all around, 1-0. VP's got a pistol and starting defense strong.
Was not even close to a bomb plan for G2. So yeah, full eco basically here. Just the deagle out for m0NESY and Mobs. A big talking point for us in the first half of Inferno was the fact that VP limited the amount of times that m0NESY could get the AWP into his hands.
He didn't get the AWP on the CT side of Inferno until round 10. And
I think we only see it, 3 times total for m0NESY throughout that entire map. So obviously, when you're taking the world's best AWPer's primary weapon out of his hands,
yeah,
it's really helpful for your chances of winning this. Mirage for G2 has to be a different story. They have to prioritize getting that out. Electronic, gonna be looking up into the apartments. Should be a nice easy shutdown here for Electronic. For G2, the goal is to try and get a bomb plant.
He's getting closer, Electronic.
He is.
This is actually a little bit dangerous. They're going to be very close up now. Thank God Heavy God only has a Glock, but ooh, careful.
Well, that's a little scary now as m0NESY bangs out his teammate. He's running out of bullets. He's overrun and now has to go to the Jewel Berettas instead, and Electronic will handle it. May get a little scary, but that's how he deals with it. And Snacks eventually with a Glock will overrun him, and he could have had a plant, but they already arrived on the rotate. So Snacks having to fight with bullets and brawn and no bomb plant. It is 2-0 here for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, good shot with that deagle to open up Catwalk, but a better performance from Electronic in a solo hold of the B bomb site. Triple kill to make sure Virtus.pro can close out round 2 and sustain moving forward. No plant. G2 would have loved to have had that for the bonus money, but still a pretty strong buy. 4 AK-47s, a Galil, plenty of utility across the board. Now, T-side on Inferno looked good in the early going when they were finding some opening picks, and Snacks had some of the map to work with to shift people around. But when they didn't find those opening kills, it was really one-dimensional towards Banana and the B bomb site. Hunter biding his time.
I thought the next sentence was about a laptop. Hunter biding his time. That's not bad, Jason. I see what you did there.
You know, now I wish I would have had that in my head. Could have taken that somewhere.
Smoke deep into the apartments. Heavy God and Hunter just going to hide behind it. Here comes Snacks. Hunter's always down for a party. Here's Flit out through the window. Snacks climbing up the ladder. Flit might have to deal with that threat.
I don't know if Electronic fully realizes the kind of forces that are about to be brought to bear on his position, although it kind of looks like G2's interested in just kind of flirting with the other side of the map. Felt like they had a really nice split set up with that smoke into B halls, disrupted the timing. Thank God he wins that, because m0NESY has the bomb. Virtus.pro shifting. They know what's coming, and if this takes too long for G2, they're in trouble.
Electronic, here we go. What can he do with this little MP9? They come in towards him, a lot of targets and not a lot of impact. So he's going to get blasted away, and Icy and Flit, no other option. They got to save. So plan comes in, that'll be G2 taking their first round win here in Mirage.
Yeah, nicely done from m0NESY. He gets taken out here by the AWP of Icy, who escapes over towards Palace to save the weapon, which he will get away with. But a nice round put together from G2, taking some map control, slowing it down, giving time for Virtus.pro to walk into their death, and finding the weak site. So 2-1 as they get started. Virtus.pro should be fine in terms of a buy. Flit can drop an M4, Fame can supply himself. That brand new FAMAS. If you're just joining us, we are on the new update.
We are.
After stage 1, we switched over for stage 2, so that FAMAS is down to its cheapness. So is the A4.
And the MP9 is also down to being a little bit weaker when you crouch. So I guess that's.
Have you used the new FAMAS yet?
I used a little bit last night, yeah. Feels pretty good.
Thing bangs, dude. I might just use it over the M4.
I like how cheap it is. That's certainly helpful.
That part is quite nice.
Makes rage buying every round a lot better. Well, you're still for Icy because he did get to save it. For G2, it's 5 rifles. No presence towards A at all for the T side. No one even watching the spawn flank. Their focuses are on the mid control and their forces outside of B. Get behind the smoke. Heavy God beside Hunter.
Icy's in the perfect position if you only have this one weapon. Covering the catwalk push and can turn and support Electronic at the B bomb site. Electronic playing inside the site, so if they want to chase him down, they're going to have to expose themselves to the crosshair and the scope of Icy's op.
Electronic once again only has an MP9 to hold on to the B bomb site. Good opener for Flit. Icy peers into short. Now he can turn his attentions to focus on the apartments. Still paranoid about short, but eventually all 3 will be spotted coming out into the B bomb site. Icy's going to be focused fully on this, but too many targets, not able to land a shot. The rotation coming in here from Flit, though. It's impact from Flit's rifle. He's not alone. He's got Fame with him, and that combo can be devastating, and it leaves m0NESY in a clutch. He gets the first, but needed both in that instant. And it is not going to work out for m0NESY.
Yeah, you need a little bit more production in middle from that kind of a split. I'm almost amazed again that they don't just split that B bomb site with all 5 players. It seems a little bit crazy to think the way you're going to kind of initiate this round and start your tactic off is flashing mobs through the con smoke and hoping he gets you something. No noise elsewhere on the map. No one causing distraction at the A bomb site. Snacks and mobs taken down in mid and con. And the B hit is just there to get wiped out.
Yeah, the T side feels a little lost right now for G2, so they call a timeout.
Still early going, still like testing and probing and probably putting together an idea of where exactly in your playbook you want to go next with what you're seeing on the map. Oh, admin now with the lean in.
It's a lot of notes.
That is a lot of notes. That's a lot of, Jesus.
That is, you need a TLDR for that.
Yeah, that's small font, very condensed paragraphs, and an entire page.
It's a little too much, isn't it?
That's like a college paper.
You only got 30-second timeouts.
Less notes.
Yeah.
But some of them are red, so easier to find.
And BP are winning, so maybe the long notes are a better idea, Jason.
More notes.
Yeah.
More preparation.
That is an unbelievable amount of notes. That's like reading some sort of law that's just been put into act or something. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, if I'm hopping in a game of Counter-Strike and someone hands me that page of paper, I'm looking, I'm like, who do you think
I played Counter-Strike because I didn't want to read.
Yeah.
You know, like, what are you doing, guys?
What is this? Well, look, more notes means more things to, more ideas to look at and kind of let percolate in your head during these tech pauses. More things you can refresh yourself upon that you're going to be finding. Tech issues resolved. And we're heading into round 5. Electronic still on this MP9. Money still, it's not bad. It is a little bit busted for VP.
But it's worse for G2.
Much worse for G2.
Icy.
2-round losing bonus built up for G2 to help supplement that really, really bruised economy. And once again, they full buy into this round and don't have a whole lot of nades to work with. They have no more smokes, so this has got to be quick.
Well, it is pretty quick for G2 up short. It's real fast, in fact. Gap to watch that for Flit. Icy's eyes turn straight towards short, and he'll get rid of Heavy God. Disrupts the smoke inside of the bomb site and reveals his second victim, which is m0NESY. Flit's over here on the rotate, so G2 have a real tough time ahead of them to try and even get through this bomb site. Hunter to remove Electronic, but there's 3 more CTs, and Icy is just farming. Doing some
how
great
they
work
let
with that
Mobs
AWP. Look at this. Mobs gets in, they line up, but it's just 2. And although that's a lot of impact, it's not really enough. But then Snacks certainly will find impact. He gets into the murder hole. He finds himself a kill, but the bomb is dropped inside of the B site. And Snacks has got to walk into the waiting arms of Flit, who has got the AWP posted. Oh, Snacks is going to win it. He's managed to step it up, and so yeah, the point is raised of how they let Mobs get close behind them. He gets a double kill, sets up a chance for Snacks, and he's able to capitalize on that moment.
If I'm Icy, I'm angry. I'm upset. Maybe not verbalizing it quite yet. That'll come later. But you have 2 riflers at that pillar, and neither of them are watching that crossover, and he's just left out to dry. Double kill from Mobs sets Snacks up very nicely. And G2 win a desperate round. They claw one in their favor. And now look at the buy from Virtus.pro. 2 MP9s and M4, a 5.7 in the AWP.
And for m0NESY, getting the AWP out here on the T side. Well, will that prove to be the moment? I guess G2 into the game here in Mirage. Molotov in towards connector. Mobs to apply pressure. Icy gets in behind the smoke, back to safety. G2 have con control.
Snacks has been able to find a couple nice lurking positions. Up in the ladder room right now, m0NESY found a good pick from this position earlier. So Heavy God lurking over towards Palace. Snacks lurking up in the ladder room. Looking for some picks to open up the opportunity to break into the B bomb site. Mobs, Hunter, and m0NESY with the bomb reconvening in B halls. Much like Inferno, very heavy lean onto the B side of the map. Electronics boosted up, but he's going to need support, and Flit hasn't yet made the move.
He's always got an MP9, but he's not always in this boost. So let's see if it works out for Electronic as they commit towards him. Seth's being hurt instead of waiting. He goes a little bit more proactively into the fight, and he gets 1 for 1.
360 MP9 kill.
Bomb has been planted.
Pretty stylish. Heavy God coming out of Palace. Yet to get his first kill on Mirage. Not a whole lot of resources to even think about this for VP, and so they're saving. And that is a tied scoreline of 3 apiece. Heavy God getting flanked right now. He starts to read that possibility. He's got an inkling of the timing, and my God, speaking of timing, Flamus has just walked right by. A little frustrating there for Heavy God.
Yeah, I'd say so, especially as you mentioned, if you have 0 kills and that happens, you're just like, well, I just can't do anything right. Bomb goes boom. We're tied up at 3.
Yep.
So while the T side was struggling and looking a little disconnected, that little force buy victory seems to have breathed some new life in it. But VP choosing to save, choosing to keep plenty of dangerous weapons in their arsenal. If you're G2, you have to know there's still some rifles out there in the wild that you got to be cautious about. Icy with his AWP.
Electronic pushing up with Icy. Electronic making more noise, and he is silenced by Hunter, who has now realized that Icy was in position, retreating back, so he's called for Snacks to accelerate up through short. Icy just getting continually flashed and under a lot of pressure. In fact, it is excruciating right now for Icy, so he has to fight his way out of it, and he bears down on Snacks. Is there more for the AWP of Icy? He's got a little bit more help from his friends. Flit's coming back in. Hunter's gone. Heavy God making his way on the side of the smoke. m0NESY's there too with the AWP. There's still a shot at this, despite G2 being a couple of players down. But there's no opportunities presented just yet.
Yeah, but that Molotov is beautiful. Forces all of the Virtus.pro players back into market where you can have a little bit of an easier time finding your fights. Monacy looking for angles with the op. That scope's so dangerous.
But he's got to think about the plant. That takes him out of commission. So it was on heavy guard. Yet to fry, but finally delivers his one, and Monacy can't land the shot. Flamus comes back swinging, and despite having some weaker weapons in play, VP still pick it up.
I mean, this time Flit does it perfectly. Exactly what kind of backfired in that eco round a few rounds ago, protecting Icy from the cross on the site. This time he protects him from market. You got Fame close by with the 5-7, and Flit just passively making sure nobody can cross over towards bench. Perfect organization of the defense for VP in a tough round. And once again up by 1.
Two AKs at Galil, 2 Tech 9s here for G2. Not pretty. Well mapped down in the series already. And Icy peers up into the apartments. And Malb's on the other side. Here comes the util. It's going to be quicker. And Icy's going to peel away with 1. He's got some help from his teammates. Malb's to go down. Electronic and Flit stepping up. And G2, no chance.
Time to leave the B bomb site alone for a little bit. And it's kind of hard because I feel like that's sort of telegraphed. But Virtus.pro, you could see on the minimap to start this round, just such a passive defense. 2 towards window room and jungle. Fame hasn't moved from this spot at Ticket because who the hell cares about the A bomb site at the moment, and 2 inside the B bomb site. So you've got numbers at the point of attack, and you've got players who can rotate over. Monacy opening up an opportunity to somehow win this round after all the way it started. But thankfully, Flamus puts him down, and Icy closes things out onto Heavy God, 5-3. And no money for G2. That's an evil laugh.
I like that laugh.
That's a very evil laugh.
Yeah, but it was kind of fun.
Do that again?
Nah. I think it was like a one-time thing.
Yeah, I
think
on you.
I don't think I could do it again. Maybe I'll do something super evil and do it after that. We got 1 D from Monacy. Man, it's kind of refreshing to see Virtus.pro actually playing well. I have to say, you know, for so long, Jason, it's just been depressing.
I'm with you.
From depressing to refreshing, the Virtus.pro way.
And man, Icy is just killing him with his ult. Just round after round, he's taking his 1 kill early.
The shining light of Amcal.
Yeah, he's repositioning really well, playing smart with his teammates. Electronic's been there to support. Don't shift away too far. Good spot. Okay.
It's okay. He's okay. He'll be fine.
Oh, everyone chill.
Electronic doesn't really need anything, you know? He's got his teammates all around him. Icy's just killing everybody. Electronics, he's just there, you know? He's along for the ride. He gets his 1 kill, and he'll be happy. No one dies for VP. Icy's just picking them apart. They didn't avoid B, but you would imagine they're going to avoid B now, Jason. Surely G2 can't go B again.
I don't know. I feel like... trying to remember like the last time I feel like they really prioritized attacking the A bomb site. I think it was pistol round.
And that did not go well. Maybe that pistol round scared them forever.
I know, maybe.
Well, here they go. They're going A.
All right. Now we're cooking.
But if I'm VP, are you surely not just sitting there going, well, they're probably going to go A. But
yeah, but they've been thinking that for 4 rounds. The problem now is, previously when they'd had this kind of a setup, Fame was passive towards Ticket. Now he's committed.
Yeah, well, he's going to stick around, and let's see how much Fame can get.
Snacks is walking through this smoke con.
His teammate Flit's coming back over, and he's going to be watching Connector. Fame has just detected how deep they are into the site, so at least, yeah, he's a little late to it, but better late than never, and he gets his 1 pick. 4v3, VP still come out on top of the initial fights, but for the first time in a while, G2 have a bomb plant. Well, that's a good grenade as well.
That's a beautiful grenade. That's a better grenade and a better upshot. So Monacy and Hunter, they've got to fight for everything. Rare miss.
He's missed a few so far in Mirage. Been a quiet game for Monacy, and finally getting to strike on Electronic. Multiple players coming in towards him, and Monacy needs a masterclass. He goes into the open, full-on kill available. Seen his next target, but he takes a dink through the box, but it's all about distracting, allowing Hunter to come through jungle. And he goes back into the shadows. Flick to cross into the
Damn.
open. Headshot landed, but the time he runs back to it, it's around the other side. But Flick to put Hunter on his ass, and Virtus.pro to 7 rounds. Even with the fight, it's down to the final second. And a little sigh of relief for Flick.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, Monacy and Hunter do a wonderful job in the 2v4 to make it that close. A good job from Monacy just being a force to be reckoned with, forcing Virtus.pro to slow down on the retake and reconsider what's happening. Gave time for Hunter to flank, but Flick just fakes him out. Crosses, bomb's not planted for Hunter. He's got to make a move, puts him in a checkmate position.
Oh man, for G2 as well, you fight so hard to get this round win, and you comes down to a millisecond.
Icy is out-opping Monacy at the moment.
Sure.
And I think most of it comes down to, I mean, he's had the op this entire half. We didn't get to see Monacy having the op on Inferno, but Icy has been the more impactful opper so far in this series. Which was not on my bingo card this morning.
I mean, it definitely helps that he's had it
yes.
in his hands. Well, I think Monacy's had 2 rounds on this T side where he's had it, but even then he had missed shots. He didn't find as much impact that he would have liked. Here comes a quicker play into the A bomb site for G2. In fact, it is very fast. The charge is in and Fame out from triple. It's only 1 kill for him. Flick to step in behind that smoke at bench, and Hunter doing what he can to force G2 forward, but Icy's arrived, and again, this guy ain't missing. He just isn't missing. Freezes out G2, and it's beautiful. That is what you like to see from Virtus.pro's new sniper.
Yeah, Monacy's like, this is weird. It's like I'm playing against myself. 17-2 for Icy. This is unreal. I mean, let's be honest, though. He had the luxury of a lot of those hits towards the B bomb, so he was able to grab 1 or 2, but now it's just like he's warmed up, and now he can bring that impact anywhere.
And if you look back at Icy's career, his short career so far, you look at the teams he's been a part of, AmCal, Cloud9, this is the map where I feel like he's had the most pop-off games, right? He's really been a very solid Mirage opper. And I'm excited to see more of Icy, because when he went to Cloud9, it looked like a cool project. We just didn't get to see him play.
I'll tell you what, it's got to be a cool feeling for Fame and Flit, who have spent a lot of their career in Tier 1 playing with an opper like Jame, who's a lot more passive, a lot more saving, and this is not meant to be a criticism whatsoever, but stylistically so different that when you have an impactful opper who's getting aggressive and going for those hyper peaks and really maintaining that aggression and that impact throughout and execute, you're like, this is cool.
Yeah. So
I've never had this feeling before.
It was B hit after B hit after B hit. Now it's A hit after A hit after A hit, Jason. And it looks like G2 just going to try and close this out with a simple execution into the A bomb site. They have got the off from Monacy, the AKs and everybody else, but they're going to their deaths as Fame with 2 out from under the wood. Electronic is alongside of him, and this is a bloodbath, and it's all G2's blood spilt on the floor. Monacy with everything to do, 1v5, and it's not allowed to happen. Virtus.pro in dominant fashion lead the way 9-3 over G2. It's a nice change of scenery to see Virtus.pro playing well, a 9-3 lead over G2, and they are looking like they're going to get themselves a 2-0 win to kick off Stage 2 of IEM Katowice 2025. Smiles on their faces, rounds on the board. What's not to like about this new look VP?
Yeah, there's got to be such an air of confidence and superiority on the VP side of things. That's going to be super hard to overcome for G2. They've got to change that emotion within the VP squad if they want to come back in this half. What a tough prospect it is as well. 17-2 for Icy.
The first half pistol was a dominant pistol victory for Virtus.pro. It's off to the races here with Flit out of Palace. m0NESY gone. And Heavy God having to respond.
It almost felt like they wanted to double pump this. Fake B, then come out Palace, and you've thrown 2 fakes, and then you actually end up B. Sacrifice 1 player to set it up for later, but didn't really like what they saw at the A bomb site after the initial kill. All utility has been spent for Virtus.pro, so they've got to just kind of take a deep breath and cross towards Catwalk, hoping nobody peeks them.
Snacks was pushed up on the chair. Oh, what?
Okay, that's unreasonable.
All right, Hunter. Icy turning back at range with that P250.
They don't have control of the bomb anymore. Now, they got a minute to play with her, just under it, 53 seconds. So if Icy can find one here quick, maybe you open something up, but Heavy God's going to have first shot, and he cleans it up. Fame, last one left, 1v4.
Yeah, just charging through the apartments. They know exactly where he is. So this pistol will go G2's way.
Yeah. Surprised VP went for such like a cheesy fake sort of a tactic after you just destroy them in the first half.
Yeah, they were trying to have a little bit of fun, you know, variety, spice of life and all that, but it does not go well for them. They don't get a bomb plant. You'd imagine we're going to see a full eco here. And a 5th round for G2 could be quickly added to the scoreboard. That was the highlight of it all, really.
That was unfair. Didn't even have to stop. No buy in the second round for VP without the plants, so Glocks.
And a dig for Mr. Flit.
For Flit.
17-3 half from Icy though. You mentioned like towards the end, just such an exciting player and a very different all presence than we've been used to seeing inside of Virtus.pro.
I mean, look, he got a lot of like I'm not going to call him easy, but he got a lot of those like pretty standard shots into the B halls with the AWP due to all the attention on that side of the map. And obviously, if the intention's going to be there, VP is going to keep sending the op there, jumping up sometimes on a platform. So maybe just I don't know, inflated's not the right word, but he had a lot sent his way that wasn't difficult for a solid opper to deal with. I'm curious if he's going to be able to maintain that impact on the T side when he picks up the AWP. I mean, probably not to that extent.
Yeah, I mean for G2, I've harped on about it quite a bit, but it's a very important topic for this team, especially when you've lost Nico. There's more onus on m0NESY, right? And the fact that on Inferno he just didn't get the op on the CT side all that often, that's got to change here in Mirage. If you want any chance of coming back into this series, that's going to be the most important piece. And even when he did have it in the first half, it's not necessarily like it was all that impactful. 30 seconds left in this round. VP just rotting the clock. Gonna dive out of Palace and try and get a bomb plant here. A Heavy God wielding that newly buffed FAMAS. And let's see what he's able to do with it. 15 seconds left.
I mean, it's just Glocks coming at him, so it doesn't even matter. Oh, he gets one for free.
Yeah, well, that's nice. Nice and clean. 5 players stay up for G2, 5 rounds on the board.
Yeah, we take those. And no damage dealt to any of the G2 players. It's 4 rounds back. Rifles coming out for Virtus.pro. 4 AKs and a Galil, good utility as well. Getting into the first gun round of this second half. Let's see if VP can shuffle off the pistol round and continue the momentum and the dominance that they established in the first half. They're up 1 map in this series. Third map would be Anubis, but that's a long way away as G2 has to come back in this. Winner goes on to play Eternal Fire, who handled business against Falcons earlier.
Oh, m0NESY.
Telling you, the FAMAS, dude.
Yeah, great long-range fighting with it. Here comes the walk for Virtus.pro into A. Oh, timing. Heavy God just left.
Boost up.
Oh, God. VP are just in the A-bomb site. Oh, Hunter completely unaware of that possibility. Fame just walks right by. m0NESY trying to do what he can. In from jungle, he'll drop back into the window, but they've lost so much control. This is going to be so tough for G2 to fight their way back into it, but m0NESY takes the first step.
Surprised Fame hung around for that kind of a fight, didn't reposition after spotted. Icy's in the same position. He's got nowhere clean to go. He's got to commit to the fight and loses that as well. It's all unraveling, and Electronic is a long way off.
Yeah, he's going to come Palace late, but it means Flit has to stay alive for a bit longer and buy him some extra time. They're into the bomb site now, G2. m0NESY is going to get on that defuse. Here comes Flit trying to deny it. Oh, he can't get the kill. Electronic's turn, but the defuse stuck, and G2 pick it up. That FAMAS really doing some work.
Yeah, some of those decisions made by Fame and Icy, like they realized maybe a little bit too late, out of position, out in the open, nowhere really to go, and probably wanted some of those positions back. This one from Fame. That's m0NESY punishing a missed window smoke. But there was a jiggle where m0NESY and Fame spotted each other and just went for the heads-up fight. Same with Icy, and both of them lose. The gap is just 3.
VP back to a little buy with some Tech-9s. They're leaving some cash left over, but they know that these Tech-9s can be potent. They've got a lot of utility in behind it as well, but m0NESY, great position early over the top of the smoke. Electronic thought he could get behind those top mid boxes, but he thought wrong.
Dang. G2 looking sharp all of a sudden on this CT side. Building into this. Flit and Fame and B-Halls. FAMAS watching the underpass push. Icy looking for a push at T-spawn from the A-bomb site. None of that's happening. G2 content with a 5-on-4 to just play a standard round. m0NESY taking that con position, formerly occupied by Nico.
Oof. Not a great molly. Snack's gonna start moving in towards the apartments. On the other side of the smoke. Oh, it's Virtus.pro. Here they come, right in towards Snacks. And 3-4, a lot of bullets, not a lot of them landing. Snacks goes out again with a USP and shows us how it's done on the default pistol. He said he needs more bullets.
35, please, Volvo.
Wasn't wrong. A few extra bullets.
Honestly, it felt like he should have had at least one more from the M4 map.
Definitely. It's so funny how unclean it looked on the M4 and then how perfect the headshots are with the USP.
Perfect. Little jiggle taps.
Well, it was 9-3. What felt like a minute ago.
Yeah, it felt like there was no real window of opportunity. G2's forced it open.
Throwing a brick through it. Just climbed in. See if VP can fight back and wriggle their way into a T side. m0NESY now aggressive up towards top middle. And there's no one here from Virtus.pro looking to challenge. Icy can go back. Electronics just in behind him. How far does m0NESY want to go? Does he want to wait in this flash? Here comes the flash over the top. m0NESY tosses it in, and well, for G2, they lose that opening fight. Hunter mid-noise.
He didn't hit either one of them, m0NESY. So m0NESY's going to step up to the plate and try his hand.
It's like, all right, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, but there's no more flashes. And they got to be real cautious about underpass. 43 seconds left, and Virtus.pro still being very quiet.
m0NESY didn't spot Electronic through that gap at all. Electronics made it over towards B. They're actually gathering up in the underpass here. So G2 with final 30 seconds left. They start to make the moves, and look at the timing. They go back into connector just as Virtus.pro arrive into middle.
And there's attention on B as well. G2 making multiple calls.
Well, FAMAS is just boosted up into the window. He's starting to flank around the back. FAMAS is coming in from jungle, and so m0NESY can't get away. He cannot hide. And so Heavy God gets caught from FAMAS, who just about saves his teammate from immediate death. And Snacks is over on B with nothing to do. Virtus.pro play with G2 across this round.
That's actually such a sick round. The timings on so many different Movements are crazy, and all of them go against G2. You're hearing, I mean, you're seeing players top mid. You're getting a fake at the A bomb site to pull you back from middle. You're getting a fake at the B bomb site. Comms coming in from both sides of the map at the same time. And no one from G2 really knows what's going on, so nobody knows where to look next. And they lose track of mid entirely. They thought it was clear from their presence the entire round, and VP hit the perfect timing.
Oh, a lot of money still in the bank here for G2. A lot of rifles in around it.
It's such a cool round to me just because I think back to the interviews that we've heard from Electronic over the years since he's kind of taken up the in-game leadership mantle, first on Na'Vi towards the end of the tenure after Boomic's departure, then Cloud9. Now obviously stepping in, going back and forth, juggling a little bit with James here in Virtus.pro. I mean, his philosophy of we need to be able to be good at like the fast-paced rounds. We need to be able to change the pace. We need to be able to do these kind of slow rounds. We need to be able to shock the opponents as well. And he's just given them a really brutal change of pace, punch in the face.
Malbs this time in middle with Heavy God. Snacks, oh, he's under pressure. Oh, they're coming in towards B quite quickly. Hunter doing a good job. Takes the initial attention away and allows Snacks to get that second follow-up kill. Electronic now being pressured towards top mid. He can't handle Malbs. And that's G2 with 3 kills in an instant.
That pre-fire swing from Malbs. Flamma's coming in through the underpass. Icy, there's a minute left on the clock, but I mean, what's the good decision? And where do you go to find your kills, to find the equalizers? They do have the bomb, and the A bomb site is vacated. And you find this kill on Heavy God up in the ladder room. Round's wide open. m0NESY shifting back towards Ticket, and he's got an op. But he's going to have to be careful. He can't peek towards Khan. And VP, I think, is just going to rely and hope on the fact that G2 surely shifts towards middle and A.
Snacks taking the risk, going through the smoke. Just wanted to take Apartment's control, but he goes very far. He picks information up on Flammus.
Yeah, they're just going to save. Yeah, the IC's too far away to make this any kind of impactful. So a little bit of damage to the economy, a little bit of keeping the money in check. It's strong enough to sustain these losses, so no big deal for G2. And they close the gap yet again to 8. Well,
the gap to 2. They won 8 rounds. We all knew what you meant, Jason.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Everyone knew but me.
It's my favorite channel on TV.
You don't remember those days, do you? That was a 90s thing.
Nah, I still had those in the early 2000s, Jason.
Okay. Apologies.
Didn't get a flat screen that fast, sadly. No dial-up, Jason. Yeah, that was past. I was born after that, that's for sure.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You'll never know the pain of getting a phone call and being disconnected from a game of Counter-Strike. First time out used by Virtus.pro. They had such a dominant first half, they never even had to consider it, but now all of a sudden things have got tense. Things have gotten close. G2's warmed up, and we're starting to see some of that power. Malbs has hit some good shots. And this defense holding strong. m0NESY's got his op. VP know what they're up against. Looking to close this series out in 2 after an opening map victory on Inferno.
It was a 9-3 half. And a single round found so far for Virtus.pro on the T side. Double up setup here for G2. Snacks and m0NESY. In the past, Snacks used to be an exciting player with the AWP in his hands, Jason. So smoke's ready to go in towards the A bomb site here for VP. Snacks has a deep angle in the apartments. Here comes the initial phase of Util in towards A. 2 from Virtus.pro going through the underpass to try and join late from Connector. And it's worked out for Heavy God from Sandwich as he fights out towards Palace. Great peek from Hunter over the top of the Connector smoke. Catches them trying to boost up into the window. And that has not worked out for VP. They are down to 2 players and the round is done.
No, hit pretty disconnected. Forcing the kill that Heavy God gets up in Palace. The 2 prongs of that attack trying to split through smokes. There was never a good opportunity for Virtus.pro to get into the round.
You could see the idea. Just very poorly executed.
And all of a sudden, it's just one round that separates the two teams. Fame will die.
Goodbye.
Well, we're getting some questions answered coming into Katowice. We had that first glimpse of a lot of these teams at the Blast Bounty with the new rosters, but that's kind of obviously going to be, as a viewer, as a fan, just as anyone who watches Counter-Strike, the interesting topic of what do all these teams who made changes look like? Virtus.pro's looking improved.
They really are. Definitely. I mean,
Vitality's looking solid, but still some work to smooth out the edges. G2, I think, is, for me, of the three teams I just listed, looking like they're going to have the most to overcome.
I think for Virtus.pro, though, it's like, could they get worse? You know, I feel like...
Good.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, though.
It's like they're starting from the ground, at least. Maybe even the basement.
That's true. Like, they are the one team where our expectations were relatively low compared to a G2 or a Vitality where our expectations is trophy challenge.
Exactly. But it's definitely refreshing, as I said, to see them playing well. But they've disappeared so far on this T side, and this will be a pretty frustrating map loss for them. And this gets forced into Anubis.
Electronic took probably way more damage from that Molotov than he wanted to. 3 smokes used by the T side and mid instantly. Window, base of Catwalk, and obviously to extinguish the flames at Electronic's feet. A 6-1 run in this second half for G2.
Malbs with that body block smoke feels comfortable going into the connector. This time they do get Flamus up into the window. They tried that last round, but Hunter denied it.
Yeah, but what can you do with it? Like, you kind of need to create something to open up the opportunity for him to make a play from window room, and everyone's in middle. So like Flamus is in like a pretty nice lurk position. Malbs?
Oh, he's just seen him.
Yep.
Oh, Flamus is dead.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's still a chance he wins the heads-up duel, but Malbs has the advantage in that fight. m0NESY off the top of Ticket, punches that of Electronic. 25 seconds, it's Malbs waiting to go into the fight, and Fame losing health because he's getting peppered from short. Malbs is going to combine with that peak, and there's just way too many defenders to handle here for VP. It stalls out again, and it is tied up 10-10. From a 9-3 first half to a 10-10 scoreline in what feels like 5 minutes. And it has been a rapid comeback from G2.
Yeah, both offenses having a lot of issues finding ways to open these rounds, find some initial kills, give themselves something to work with. Flamus being the guy who's kind of trying to almost initiate the action by making his move from his position. So I'm kind of like, when I see that boost up, it's like, that's great, but then there's 3 more people in middle. It's like, where are you going to pull the defense away from Flamus to give him the space needed to activate?
Maybe a quicker punch in towards A with Flamus charging down mid. He had the AK and he's gone, so it's all on the rest of the attack. Heavy God doing well with 1 kill. Probably would have liked another, but he's done damage onto the Palace player and weakened them up for the rest of the round. And m0NESY just dropping a little bit further back at CT. Can he allow Malbs to be freed up as he pushes just to the edge of that connector smoke? He's about to get the fight he's looking for against the Tech 9. He actually gets dinked and overrun by Fame. Little gap for m0NESY, not able to land the shot, and there's obviously a chance here for Virtus.pro, but with Hunter coming in on that kill, and the rest of his teammates bailing out, there's a minute 10 seconds here for VP to rework this in the 2v3.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to win it. You're just trying to catch someone in transition. An extra kill would be great to hurt the economy. The B bomb site is wide open, so Icy's going to give it a shot. And actually, nobody's even close.
Oh yeah, well m0NESY's arriving now. Can he stop the bomb from getting across? No, but he might be able to get the second pick here. Flit in the apartments. He's going to cross the window now, and m0NESY not too far off landing that. Now looking to try and deny that bomb, but m0NESY also missing that tight opportunity. So the bomb goes down, and we've got a 2v3, a chance for Virtus.pro to win this. m0NESY close by. Flit doesn't want to peek it. He's going to wait. He's just going to wait around the window, but Monacy's taking him out, and so Flit is now the sole focus of the remaining forces of G2, and he's run out of bullets. He has to go to the Glock, and impossible. Impossible for Flit to fight on two fronts at once, and so it'll end up being the retake for G2, and not only have they retake the site, but they have also retaken the lead, as they are now 11-10 up versus Virtus.pro and Mirage.
They haven't ever had the lead in this map. First one comes at round 22. The closest they've been is tied. It's been all VP until this second half switch, and now G2 all of a sudden this defense is holding so strong. Virtus.pro cannot find the solutions. Brutal way for this map to start slipping away from VP. 11-10, AK-47s and a Galil are out, running out of opportunities, running out of chances as Virtus.pro, who would desperately love to close this series with a victory in 2 maps, but it's feeling unlikely with how this half is going.
I'll set up outside of B for the moment. Got Flit and Palace over on the other side of the map, but all of the other Virtus.pro players congregate outside of the apartments. There's Hunter and Snacks defending this side of the map for G2.
And there's been nothing to force out any utility. Like, it looks like VP just want to line up. That you kind of have to pump this, I think. But if you go for it, Hunter's got nade in hand ready to drop. Or Molotov, I should say. Snacks has got an op train on the windows. Double op setup for this CT side.
Well, Snacks connects the one shot he needed. The rifle of Hunter won't do the same, though. Grenade not going to find the low HP of Fame, so Virtus.pro battled their way forward into a post plan.
They might have just won. How do you retake this with a double op? If you don't get a pick, nope.
Oh, there's a pick. Oh, that is a pick. Through the smoke, through the wall.
Retakes on.
Headshot from Monacy. Still have to get out, though. They're still waiting on Heavy God to make his play forward. He's just clearing ladder room, but he's going to come in short now, and we're going to see an acceleration for G2 as they try and get back in on this. Electronic and Fame, they know time is ticking. If they can combine together with these rifles, then they might be able to hold on for it, but it's Electronic now moving out, taking a little bit of cover inside of the site. Electronic can't get that follow-up kill, so it's Flit, and he's got a molly. He's got a molly for this. He's going to throw it on, and Monacy has no time. No way. G2 unable to pull it off in the end. VP do pick it up. Scoreline tied up again, but it's close. It's down to the wire.
Really admirable effort, but really nice opening provided with a 2-man play at the B bomb site. Hunter eats a flashbang, even though Snacks gets that initial kill. Even though Monacy gets this kill to kick off the retake. Electronic just too strong. The reposition inside the site to shut down half the attack, and G2, it slips away from their grasp. The switch into the double up doesn't work. So back to M4 for Snacks.
Important fight, and Flammus nails the headshot. Mobs forced away, creates an opening in this defense that Virtus.pro might just flood through. And Monacy, can he shut it down? Can he shut this down? Great first shot. He goes back again. This time it's a miss. And Monacy's put under pressure, but he realizes it's all on him and he can't do enough. Too much to ask from Monacy. And now Snacks and Hunter 2v4, and this one might be for the map. They've got money left over. They can buy again, but they should go for hanging around. They're looking to try and break Virtus.pro, but with the amount of players that VP have in the site, you need a double from Hunter, and that just hasn't happened. Snacks would have to come through the murder hole, and it's watched. So there's no way now to win this. So Virtus.pro 12-11, series point collected, and just when it looked like they had fallen flat on their faces, VP picked themselves up and are back in with a fight.
No, but this is what makes it so deadly, this philosophy of Electronics to do the pace changes and how much he leans into that, because it's not just a pace change overall of like a rush versus a slow-paced round. This time you get that first kill in Con, you get that pick from Flammus, and it's like, all right, all 4 of us are going to start walking up Con like right now. Let's start applying the pressure right now. G2 hasn't had a chance to react. Rounds have been slow. They've been towards the end of the round, the mid-round before moves are made. And I think they're caught a little bit off guard by how much VP picked up the pace after that kill.
That shot is beautiful from Flamis.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Mobs. The timing of his jiggle, I think he didn't spot Flamis, but Flamis spotted him as he's getting back into cover. And he just never had any idea that he was going to be posted up to hit that kind of a banger. Final timeout used by G2, desperately trying to force overtime. They've got the money for it. Double up set up again for Monacy and Snacks. No guarantees, because let's be real, this T side from Virtus.pro hasn't been the most impressive, but they have strung 2 rounds together, seemingly figuring things out towards the close of the map.
Well, at least G2 have everything they could ask for. All the ops, all the bells and whistles. Monacy smoked at window. And pressure to be set up at the B-bomb site. Snacks has his AWP ready. But can Snacks strike? Right at the heart of the attack. Great kill on the Fame. He's going to deploy utility to try and keep himself safe. He's got his teammate Hunter alongside of him. Snacks still burning, but gets away. So far, a good start for G2. Might force VP to reconsider their options.
I think it's going to force them to just go right back into a B execute. They're saying, okay, you've used a little bit of utility. We've already spotted there's an op here. And actually, no, they back off. All 4 players are here. They have no real estate anywhere else on the map. Nobody watching for an A push. They realize G2 could be in T-spawn. G2 could have pushed middle. I don't know if Virtus.pro have options other than to finish at the B-bomb site.
Well, a 4v5 to try and close the map. Otherwise, we're going to overtime. Snacks waiting with Hunter. This could be the combo to shut down in regulation and give us a little bit more. Give us the bonus round. Snacks connects his second shot of the round. That's what you like from Snacks. Is there more? The answer to that is no, but Hunter has arrived now with the rifle, and he's done very well. Killed through the smoke from Mobs in the rotation over, leaving Icy with nothing to do. Mobs will force overtime. We've got 12-12, and G2 not giving up.
No, not at all. And CT sides have been strong, so they're going to continue in that sort of campaign. Do they want to go for a double up again here? With Virtus.pro's slow style, it's seemingly a decent enough philosophy to be able to punish it. Couple picks Snacks has been able to get when he's picked up the op of them kind of wandering into the crosshair. That's a beautiful shot. That's not wandering into the crosshair. That's a fantastic shot for Snacks rolling back the years. Nice little Pasha impression. 12-12 overtime has begun and Snacks is back on the rifle, at least for the moment.
It's going to be an A execution here for Virtus.pro at the right hit in towards the bomb site. But look at this. Heavy God goes aggressive, gets disruptive. And that is just ripped apart the round straight away for Virtus.pro.
First time in this entire map that Virtus.pro has called all 5 players for an A execute. A standard set piece. And I could be wrong, but I think it's the first time we've seen that deep of aggression out of G2. So both teams looking to mix things up and give a new look as overtime begins. It's G2 who comes out on top.
I mean, when you call that and you lose 2 players in that fashion, you're just kind of sitting there twiddling your thumbs at this point. Just walking around aimlessly.
It's a bad feeling.
Yeah.
No, it's a really bad feeling.
It's like, damn, we have a full minute to just kind of move around. Let's walk around and see if opportunities present themselves. But G2 are not in the kind of forgiving mood to give up opportunities here.
Monacy's op over in Market. G2 really enjoying that AWP at the B bomb site.
Flamis in the window. Do they check him? No, they do not. Oh my god. Okay, if he got that second, then we're really on for something, but maybe Flick can double up instead. 10 seconds is the problem. The bomb is now arriving. They've got to get this kill on Hunter. He could play spoiler. He could stop this plant from coming in. There's the push forward. Icy has to cancel, and he's got the no-scope, but he's got no time. And don't peek him. Don't give him chances. Oh my goodness, they're peeking, but he still has to gun away. Oh, nice shots from Icy, but in the end, VP not able to get it done because the round virtually ended in the first few moments.
It was possible though. That second kill comes in on top balcony, and all of a sudden we got a round in our hands. 13-12. Good job from Hunter. Even though he goes down, there's no time for the plant after that fact, so the round is secured. 5-on-3 converted, and Heavy God getting hyped up as well.
He has the right to. He was the player with the most impact in that round for sure. Grenade lands in the back pocket of Electronic. Here comes the push from Maul, punished by Electronic, but the trade is swift from Heavy God.
He'll be all right going 1-for-1 in that exchange, considering the utility that rained down upon him as well. Mid control for Virtus.pro. Bombs all the way back, though, towards T-Halls, at the base of it, at the stairs.
Oh, it's a long way away.
When does Virtus.pro realize that?
Probably have already now realized that, and someone has to go back and get it.
Oh, you go get it.
Oh, God. Well, okay, we'll make that journey all the way back and grab the bomb. Now, there is a minute left on the clock still to play with here for VP.
Problem with them, with them having to run back and go get the bomb, they haven't really been able to get anyone into an advanced position. Flamus over in ladder room is pretty nice. He'll be looking to cut off rotations through the ladder room, you'd imagine, through mid and catwalk, but he's got to be careful. Gonna turn up cat to help take this bomb site. Attack is underway. G2 to defend.
Hunter and Snacks have been a decent combo on this B bomb site, but Snacks is gone, so it's more on Hunter, and they know exactly where he is. Nearly gets out with a second kill. Flamus taken out by Heavy God, who burns in the fire. So even from the grave, Flamus finding impact, and it's on Monacy. 1v2. We're yet to have a big clutch moment from him in this series so far, and this is another difficult one. He's pinned back in market. He's got to come out into the scope of Icy or fight the rifle at the bench.
He already missed his play. He tried to jump out of the window during that smoke and just missed it, so he had to reconvene, which he lost his timing that he wanted.
A small fumble from Monacy, and yeah, he's not really seeing too many opportunities in front of him now, but still going for it, still going into the play. And he sees the head, not connecting. Time is the problem now for Monacy. He goes into the fights, but really not able to win this. Icy takes him down with the Tech 9. And yeah, frustrating for Monacy, I'm sure, to have missed that jump out the window, because that's the kind of move that gets him going. But for Virtus.pro, they'll be happy that they silence any opportunity.
This is one of those maps, I think, if you're VP management, you're looking at this and like, it's starting to give you that good feeling. It's still like early going, obviously, but VP management has got to be sitting there being like, Icy was a good call, Flamus was a good call, huge triple kill in this round for Flamus.
I think Flamus is a great call so far. You know, you just see how much he brings. You know, he's good in the media side of things, great at the interviews, brings energy to the squad. He's also just a player that seems to have a lot of confidence and takes initiative, and he can shoot some heads.
I'll say this too, we kind of touched on Icy at the end of the first half. He was 17-2. He entered overtime with 20 kills. So that second half, we were wondering what it was going to look like after the hot hand on the CT side once he switched over to offense. A lot tougher time, and obviously we saw the VP offense overall struggle to have production in that second half of regulation. 3 kills in the second half of regulation, 3 kills in the first 2 rounds of overtime, so maybe he's coming back into it. Maybe he's got his feet beneath him now. Who's going to take the lead as we switch sides in OT?
We've so often seen Snacks as op position in the apartments. Now we see Monacy. Flamus keeps getting into the window. Gonna wait on his teammate's smoke to come up. Oh, this could be deadly. Oh, he's got the perfect timing, and he's got that kill on Snacks. Now they activate Flamus, charging forward. Maul turns on a dime to try and deal with him, and he's confident. He just swings into that fight and wins it. And now Virtus.pro might be funneled into B. And look who's waiting for them. It's Monacy, and his might will strike through foot. Is there a little bit more here for Monacy as the flashes start to rain on into the B bomb site? VP have no other option. They must commit towards him. Missed shot this time, but Mobs has arrived, and now m0NESY, another missed shot. He's had a lot of missed moments throughout this game so far, and he's overrun. Electronic getting rid of him, and now it's on the rest of G2 to try and make up for it. Bomb goes down. The retake is set up. And Heavy God now arriving towards the smoke. He's already moved out into the open, but he doesn't take his chance. He doesn't find his moment. And Icy's off, jiggling out. He won't miss his shot. And now it's just Heavy God. And oh God, Icy moves into the open. Gives Heavy God the 1v1, and Electronic will close it. Oh, they're doing their best to give them opportunities to win that, but VP still will go into the lead.
Thank God for Electronic. A few mistakes, I think, from the younger guys that I just praised, Icy and Flamus. No need for that second peek from Icy when you know his position, when you know you've got Electronic over at the bench. And Flamus, after his kill inside window room, gets a little bit, I don't know, a little bit excited of what's going to come next and not really sure what play was supposed to come after his frag. Tell you what though, with all the struggles of both teams' T-sides, G2 only winning one CT round could be a massive issue.
And you know that m0NESY is going to be very frustrated about his individual performance there. You can see him flick the headset back up, just hold back his anger, but you can tell there's a lot of frustration because those are shots he'll usually connect. And we've heard from interviews and reflections upon last year from m0NESY back at the HLTV Awards. You know, he said, there was a lot of moments where I missed crucial shots for my team in big important moments. I think he's going to add that round to that pile for the time being. We'll see.
Well, to stand m0NESY for a second, there's been a lot of shots in crucial moments that he's drilled.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
But it's a good insight into a player. You always remember the ones you miss more than the ones you hit.
Exactly. But that's the mindset, isn't it, that it requires for one of the great players. 14-13 lead here for Virtus.pro. 2 away from closing out the series today.
Second timing, smoke into window. Looking to split the A bomb site, 3 in middle. Heavy God up in Palace, Hunter at A ramp. But Mobs has struggled to find success coming up con. And m0NESY not involved in the initial thrust of this attack.
Mobs has made it through past the smokes, although for a second it looked like Flip was going to get a chance for that smoke being dispersed, but Snacks is the one that turns on the headshot. Flammers, great reaction, but he's overwhelmed. Too much to handle for the VP defense, and G2 breakthrough. Hey, nice shot from m0NESY. Flicks down into mid, and Icy has no shot at this, so he'll back away. Tied game again.
All right, there you go. There's something we didn't see in regulation out of G2, who did a lot of attacks towards the B bomb site, a couple towards the A bomb site, but really not a whole lot of splits towards the A bomb site. Most of their mid control ended in a B bomb site finish, which helped Icy have that incredible first half, but this time they avoid him altogether and tie things right back up at 14.
Icy goes down at the end.
I can pick D up.
m0NESY calling where he wants to take that up. Wants to pick on the B jump player.
Electronic has been given that jump a couple of times throughout regulation at least, so why not send the op there, see if you can find it, see if you can get a little lucky to open the round. 16, the magic number. It's going to be Icy with the op going to the B bomb site. Flamus and Electronic in middle. Same with Flit. They want to control the middle of the map, and m0NESY's not going to get the jumping shot he wanted. Icy nowhere close to Van.
The fight for map point.
Series point if you're Virtus.pro.
Oh god, that's a heavy amount of damage.
Yeah, that's a dunk. Very passive from G2 still. Heavy got all the way at the back of Palace. Snacks just now at the 1 minute mark throwing his window utility. And flashbang for Malbs to come out from underpass. Still G2 shifts on the map, and it almost looks like they want to show that A split again and use it to hit the B bomb site. But it almost feels like Virtus.pro have a feeling that's coming.
Oh, Malbs has been hit by 3 HE grenades in this round and finally finished off by Fame. IC ready to hold on to B. CT side is where he did most of his heavy lifting, but he misses that first shot, and now more pressure on the rifle of Electronic instead. Can IC flick down? No. Snacks gets rid of him. Electronic and Flit stepping up, though, looking to grab series point here for Virtus.pro. Missed shot from Odyssey. A tough one to land, and now Heavy God left in a 1v3 with 10 seconds. He can't even get involved. He's so far away from this, and Virtus.pro once again up to series point.
That's the second time I've seen G2 run this, where it's kind of like the initial plan is to get Malbs activated up con kind of on his own. This time he did sort of have Heavy God in some level of support, but it just feels so flat. I feel like every time Monacy's gotten up con, it's just, well, this round he got drilled by nades as well, but it's like, yeah, smoke's faded and you just have a million things to worry about. Even with the missed shot from Icy, they can't find a foothold in the B bomb site, which means Virtus.pro, another chance to close out this series. It would be a 2-0 sweep, all down to this round.
Flash sent towards Heavy God. That was the kind of maneuver that Virtus.pro just played off, so you can cast that information over to his in-game leader. Malbs getting into connector. Smoke will start to fade away soon.
This is the same one as the previous A split. Same exact.
G2 hoping for a different result. Here they come, they line up, and they are massacred. Virtus.pro about to close out this game, and there's no shot really here for G2.
I'm so confused. That smoke play through in con has not been there for G2 throughout this entire map, and yet again, it's usually just been Malb sent to his death. Now it's just everyone.
Monacy and Heavy God are going to come back in and give it a good go. Final 30 seconds, but Virtus.pro should not let this one go. Monacy sees out Flit. Good shot. Will he check for the second player? He turns back, expecting a short peek. Oh, Electronic blinded. Monacy gets another shot, but 15 seconds, no way, no hope. It is Virtus.pro back to winning ways. It's been a long time since we've seen them get victories, but a win versus G2, and we heard Flit talk about it today. They wanted to beat G2. They haven't done it in 2 years. They haven't played a lot, but finally today was that day.
And look, the new guys in VP give you a lot to be excited about, but I'm most hyped about the smiles on the old guys' faces. Electronic, Fame, and Flit seem like they're having a real good time with where